awards list is dropped, and we've got a few Sooners on the list. So, of course, we got to talk about that. So let's dive into who's hitting up on some of these watch lists for this coming season. And there was one that actually surprised your boy. For real. I did not expect it, even though it's definitely deserved. Let's talk about it. Before we do that, welcome to Unfair Sports. I'm your host, Jay. Thank y'all for pulling up to the channel. All right. We've got to talk about the current watch list that just dropped. You've got the Bronconersi Award, the Jim Thorpe, right? You're looking at the Patrick Manley Award, the Maxwell Award, the Outland Award. The one I haven't seen yet, though, is the Dick Buckets Award. But I don't think that really matters because we all know Stutsman's going to be on that. But let me explain what that means. So let's look at those first. Let's dive into those numbers, especially because it's fall camp time. Let's dive into who's all on the awards list. All right, yeah, I know I'm a little rusty. It's been a bit since I put out a video, but we had to look at these awards, right? Start off with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Jackson Arnold. He is a part of the list, which is probably like 60-something dudes on there. But Jackson Arnold is now on the watch list for the Maxwell Award, as in he's going to be watched this coming season. We knew that he was going to end up being on that awards list. There's absolutely no reason for anybody to not throw him on said list because we have a feeling that Jackson Arnold's going to have a really good season this year, right? You see all the propaganda going out with the videos of the players at fall camp, and it looks like he's taking a leadership role. You know, last season, the season didn't end the way he wanted it to, but the good thing is he looked like a freshman and he looked like a veteran in a lot of components of that game. And so all we got to do is get rid of those freshman mistakes that you expect from a freshman and not have them as a true sophomore. But we know that he's going to be more aggressive. That's definitely what we expect out of Seth Luttrell and the way they're going to run this offense, him and Joe Finley. We definitely anticipate more aggressiveness. There'll be some mistakes here and there, but we'll break that down when we get into our position previews, which will start next week. We'll dive a lot deeper into that information. But you have that, right? Next up on the list, you have the Bronconersi Award watch list. That goes to the nation's top defensive player. And, of course, you see the two guys here, Danny Stutsman and Billy Bowman, the heart and soul of this defense next season. They're on the list. So that was one that we anticipated, right? We had a feeling that we were going to get both these dudes on this list. And because of that, we knew that the next one's going to be, right? We're going to go right into it. The next one is, of course, Billy Bowman's on the Jim Thorpe Award watch list. Now, of course, last year he was spurred and did not make the list, the finalist list. He was on the watch list last year, didn't make the finalist, even though he was one of the tops in interceptions last season and very highly graded. But this year he's back on the watch list. And Billy Bowman told me himself that his goal is to outdo his pick six numbers he did last year, which we had 3, meaning he's probably going to go for 4. Hey, do your thing, Billy. We want you to break some records if you feel like you can do that. So we got Billy on the Jim Thorpe watch list. And then, of course, Ben Anderson on the Patrick Manley Award, given to the nation's top long snapper, which Ben Anderson is one of those top dudes. So we anticipate him, and with the new special teams coach that we have and all the revamping there, I anticipate Ben's going to have himself another really good season. Hopefully, he ends up as a finalist for the award. Kickers do their thing, no bobble catches and everything. Yeah, I anticipate we're going to end up with a good season out of that. But this is the one that shocked your boy, right? I did not expect this. And that's our guy here. Branson Hickman was on the Outland Trophy watch list. Now, granted, I'm not saying I'm shocked because I don't think he deserves it. I expected him to get, hosed on this one. I thought he was going to get overlooked. Mainly because, him coming from SMU, coming to Oklahoma, everyone's super down on the Oklahoma offensive line. But we know that Branson Hickman can play, right? He was one of the top graded offensive linemen in the transfer portal and just centers in general, right? Going into next season, PFF has him one of the top offensive linemen in the SEC. So when I saw that, I'm like, okay, that's kind of what we expected, right? And then PFF did their highest graded transfers by their name And, of course, Branson's on there. Going to Oklahoma. He's our top graded transfer guy. And like I said, going into the SEC, he's one of the top dudes graded in the SEC starting next season. So Oklahoma's got some good offensive line play expected, but everybody is still doubting us. So we've got to see what that looks like long term. But hey, I'm glad to see Branson is on this list just to get us going. So let me know what y'all think. Hop in the comments. Let your boy know your thoughts. How you feel about these awards? Answer this question for me. Do you expect Danny Stutsman on the Buckets watch list? Now, with him on the Bronconersi one, that should be a shoo-in into the Buckets award. But of course, they didn't even have him as a finalist last year, even though they should have. It'll be all right. But the thing is, I definitely anticipate him being there. All right, you made this far, like the content. Go ahead, hit that like button. New to the channel, subscribe. Love for y'all to join this family of Sooner fans talking all kinds of OU football, SEC, and college football in general. Having a blast doing it. All right, I plan on dropping another, I'll have another video coming this weekend. We'll start our previews for the positions. My personal thoughts. We'll also do that over on Locked On Sooner, so expect that from me and John. We'll break down a game as well as a position. I'm going to do a position as well as preview games solo as well, just so I can go a little bit more in depth. And let's prepare for the season, baby. We are. Today is the first day of football every day for y'all, so y'all should be excited. No more weekends without football because preseason in the NFL. And we'll have the college games here week 0 and then week 1 coming down the line. So we'll talk. We'll talk on Sunday, but of course we'll chop it up here in the comment section and in the next set of videos. So check out one of these last ones we did because of course we appreciate the support. We'll talk soon. Peace.